Hey YouTube, it's Grazio Arts back with an update. I wanted to go ahead and update you guys on the Neutrino wand. This is what it looks like from the front. These are the few updates that I have done in between when I'm working and when I have some spare time. As you can see, I have all my stuff spread out everywhere, but I have advanced a little bit on the Neutrino wand for the Ghostbuster costume. I've added a lot of stuff that wasn't here before. If you look at my past video, this thing was pretty much bare, and I went ahead and added a lot more details that weren't there before. So before, we didn't have this right here, which is made entirely out of cardboard and reinforced with epoxy sculpt. This is a PVC pipe, which I also could have used PVC pipe here, but I opted for the cardboard roll, and then I reinforced it with epoxy sculpt, and that's what I did here. These I went ahead and used just bottle caps that are everywhere, like from water bottles, like this one. And I use these because they have a really interesting shape. They have these really nice ridges that are going to come out once it's painted, and that's going to add a lot of detail to the project. And this is another combination of two caps. Here I think it's a water faucet nozzle. It's a water bottle cap. This is another piece which was built from cardboard and then reinforced with epoxy sculpt. Now, I know right now it doesn't look like much because everything's different colors. Right here, there's another detail where you have two caps. I know right now it doesn't really look like much because it's all, you can see how it's made. But once you paint this entire thing in black, this is a control panel where it has like switches. It's going to be the switch box. Once you paint this entire thing in that one color, then it's going to look just like the one in the movie. Here, you can see all the things that I use, like bottle caps. These are from a milk carton or a gallon milk. And these are soap plugs, or like dishwasher soap. These are the little tops that are on top of the dishwasher soap. So like a little cap. And I put them on there because they look really interesting, you know. When you look at the shape of it, they add, they're not completely flat, they have a little edge on them that just adds to that Ghostbuster look that we're going for. And when you're doing something like this, especially when you're using epoxy sculpt and making this shape and putting all these elements together, it's easy to get discouraged because things don't look the way they're gonna look once they're done. Obviously, we still have to do a lot of sanding. Here it gets it straightened out and make it look like this, smooth and flat. But there's a technique that I like to use that's called the shadow technique, or the shadow technique. It's very simple, and I'm going to show it to you right now. Give me one sec. Okay, so I'm up against the wall right now, and the shadow technique, basically, what I like to do is I like to hold what I'm working on against the wall like that, and I focus on the shadow. And if the shadow looks like what it's going to look like, the shadow helps me see everything in one color. And as you can see, it does have that, there it goes. So it does have that Neutrino wand Ghostbuster look. You can see the details that I'm talking about. And that's what I call the shadow technique. So when you look at something like this and you get discouraged because of how it looks, try the shadow technique. Hold it up against the light, against the wall, and see it in one color. And as you can see, when you see this, these are my fingers right here and I'm holding it, it really does actually look like the Neutrino one that the Ghostbusters use, their little gun. See, it has a shape and it actually really does look like it. And that's the shadow wall test, or the shadow technique test. If it passes the shadow test, I know I'm on the right track. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and continue finishing this, adding to it, and yeah, I'm going to go ahead and finish it, paint it, and show you how it looks when it's done. Okay, so yeah, once we do the shadow test and it passes the shadow test, at least in my eyes, it passes the shadow test. This thing does definitely have the look of the Neutrino one. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep working on it, adding all the final details to it. Like I said, I think I'm gonna be able to go ahead and finish it by this this Halloween. Right now, as I'm filming this, it is October 14th as I'm filming this. So it's only, Halloween is only 2 weeks and some days away. And the proton pack still needs a lot of work. So yeah, I'm hoping to go ahead and get that squared away. And if I don't finish it by Halloween, I will continue to work on the project until it's finished. So I will continue to upload videos until it's completely done and show you guys the final product. Right now what I'm doing is just showing you the progress of the Neutrino ones. If you know what the Neutrino one looks like, go ahead and compare it. Get some pictures online and compare it to this and tell me what you think. What do you think about the shadow tests? You know, does this actually look the part? You know, do you understand what the shadow test is? You know, when you hold something up and I like to do this because it really helps me visualize something in one color. And it helps me know that I'm on the right track. Because when you see something like this and it's all a different color, it's easy to get discouraged and you know, people look at you like, oh, what the hell was that? But yeah, you have to use your imagination a little bit and see it once it's sanded, colored. It's definitely on its way. So right, yeah, this is a little box. This was made from cardboard reinforced with epoxy sculpt, a thin layer of epoxy sculpt. Little switches go here. I think it's 2 of them, and you just move them up and down. This is the handle that was super glued onto the surface. And in my last video, I said it was sculpting, and it's not. It is Bondo. So this is a Bondo surface along with epoxy sculpt. So this is this PVC pipe was super glued to the Bondo and then reinforced with epoxy sculpt to give it that welded look. I don't know if you guys have seen the Ghostbuster Neutrino ones. There's like a little weld here and here. And it just gives it that, the clay really helps you go ahead and get that look. And these are just caps that I had laying around. They're not entirely true to the Neutrino one that's in the movies. There is a button here and a little button right here. They look a little bit different than this, but the shape is exactly the same. And once they're painted, we're not going to be able to tell that these are caps. And again, I chose these caps because they do have a really interesting detail lots of ridges here and here that are really going to pop out once the once it's colored. I think these are going to be silver, and this is going to be like a black. And I'm not going to do it exactly like the Ghostbusters because theirs is completely black. Yeah, I want to add a little bit of life to it, so I am thinking of using a yellow for here. So it's going to be like black or gray, and then a bright yellow on these two things, because this really reminds me of a Ghostbuster toy that I had when I was a kid. And that Ghostbuster toy was something like this, but it was like a projector, and you can put like those little circle films in it, and it'll project that on the wall. And that one was really nice because it was like a gray color like this, and it had like yellow buttons and dials on it, and I just really love that toy. And I still have it, actually. I just don't know where it is. But that's what I'm basing this on. I'm basing it on the movie and on the toys that came out during the early 90s. And I hope you guys stick around and see the final results of it, because I really think it's getting there. Okay, so tell me what you think, if you have any ideas, if you like what I'm doing, and I will see you guys next time. Happy Halloween.